It's a way you can test if you're getting improvement here, and also just seeing which foot wants to internally rotate more. So if you have a knee issue when you squat, there's always one knee that gives you some grief, or when you do Tai Chi walking, put a ball between your knees and just turn your feet in as much as you can. Usually the knee that gives you grief doesn't turn in as much. So if it was my right foot, for example, only turns in there, whereas my left turns in right there. So this exercise is very good because it'll really amplify the rotational capacity of your knee too, and give a lot of support to other muscles that help that rotation. So you're just checking, have a look, and then do the exercise, have a look again, does that turn in a lot more? It's like, oh, that's great. So we just amplified the system. So this exercise is very good at strengthening the rotational capacity of the knee, especially getting more internal rotation. It'll strengthen the popliteus muscle, which is a major stabilizer for the back of the knee and the knee itself, as well as it gets the calves involved, nearly every muscle in your foot and your lower limb, and the hamstrings also used to make that motion too. So get a ball, so I'm sitting on the chair first of all, get a ball between your knees, so it stops your knees wanting to do this. The body tries to work out how to do it, okay? So if knees don't move at all, so my knee's not going side to side or forward and back. I've got a power band tied off to something solid. I pop that around the front of my foot here near that knuckle of the big toe, and I'm slowly letting that open and then turning that in. So I'm pivoting on my heel, try to turn it as much as I can, slowly open, turn it in as far as I can. So I've got my hands here so I can feel if I'm moving the knees too much. So we just want that isolated movement. And this really works the tibialis posterior muscle as well, which comes down the inside edge and is one of the muscles that holds up, a key player for holding up the arch of the foot. So if you have collapsed arches, collapsed ankles inwards, it's a really good one to do. And it will help your Tai Chi walking, give you a big spring in your step too. And you go to, it's really fatigued. So that's about it for me there now. So you'll be looking at sets of 10, 20 at the most, and if you get to 20, just put more resistance, which will mean I'll just make my chair go further out here, so then there's more resistance on the band. We do the other side, so I'm squeezing that ball a little bit so the knees don't move, letting that open as far as I comfortably can, pulling that in as far as I can. So I'm isolating and focusing on this area. Scoop in as far as you can. Just notice, is there strength differences within the legs of this movement? And we want to do this regularly until there's no strength difference and you're really building up the strength. It's a very useful one to keep building. And the idea with these exercises is that once your body's got the mechanics going really well, it's got the strength, then you just do your Tai Chi walking or your Tai Chi form work. And you don't need to do these prehab exercises. The walking itself maintains that strength. That's how to use these exercises. And we'll just do 2 more because that's pretty much me done. Good. So this can be done daily, so just one set done daily to the maximum that you can do. So just done daily, doing one set to a maximum be a really good way of prehabbing. Do it before you do Tai Chi, before you do Tai Chi walking, before you go for a run, do that. Otherwise doing 2 sets every second day and just doing it for a period of 4 to 6 weeks at the most. And you'll find issues with your knees, your feet even, pelvis will be different and hopefully resolved.